the deal, y'all? Happy Friday. Happy motherfucking Friday. Figured I'd do something a little different today. Me and Kobe are getting ready to take a little drive for a road trip. So instead of giving y'all an actual regular workout, vlog and all of that, just probably when I get maybe an hour into the drive, I'll hop back on here and give a little bit of detail of who Valley is, my background, where I come from, what started this fitness journey, what keeps me going. All the questions that people may have for me, or questions that they might have for themselves. Pretty sure my story a lot of people can relate to. So bear with me. Let me get comfortable in this drive. I want to listen to some music for a little bit. And once I get settled in on this drive, I'll hop back on that camera and give y'all a little FaceTime. But if y'all haven't already, man, please do me a favor. Like, comment, and subscribe. I want to say thank you to all my supporters. You guys are amazing. Without you guys, none of the stuff that I do is possible. So I just want to say thank you. I'll be right back with you guys. Be right back. What's the deal, y'all? Told y'all I was gonna give y'all a little story time. So let's get right into it. My name is Deontay Marquise Ware. Born to the parents Nadine Ware and Earl Andrews. My mom had me when she was 16. Yeah, my mom was a baby having a kid. Having a baby, I would say. I was born in Panorama City, Kaiser. Originally from Pacoima, California, the San Fernando Valley. Moved to Lake LA, Little Rock area. I want to say I was like 7, 8 years old. Grandparents had a few houses out there. From early age, I feel like I was always a misunderstood kid. I was always trouble. Got into a lot of trouble growing up in schools. Wasn't until just recently, being an adult, that I can pinpoint why I was the kid that I was. I'm not gonna get into that right now, but pretty much I was a kid that was raised by my mom and my stepdad. My stepdad's name is Dante. I was basically named after him. He's been in my life my entire life. My biological father has always been in and out of my life. I don't really hate him or anything like that. Just, he is who he is. But a lot of the reasons I grew up feeling like I was an outsider inside of my own home. It's felt like I didn't necessarily fit into the family that I had or I was given. And my mom and dad, I call Dante, I call him my dad because that is my dad. He raised me. They did their best. They did what they knew they did what they knew how to do. And I don't fault them for how they raised me and my siblings. I do feel like having young parents may lacked a little bit of emotion that a kid like me kind of needed growing up. But nonetheless, I would say it made me stronger, made me more resilient to what the world really is. So again, I don't fault my parents or anything like that. I want to say going through elementary and junior high, I got into a lot of trouble. was getting expelled from damn near every junior high or elementary I was ever at. Suspended every other week. I was always in trouble. I was always getting my butt whooped by my parents. Like, it was a thing. Like, but I always had good grades. Like, it's one thing I always had. I always had good grades. It wasn't until I got to high school when I like wised up and stopped really getting into the knucklehead stuff that I was doing when I was a kid. Because I remember my mom telling me once I turned 18, and the police officers put them handcuffs on me, they had nothing she could really do for me. And that kind of like hit home for me. So I kind of like wised up a bit, stopped acting dumb, stopped making the same stupid mistakes that I was making over and over. I was always a good kid. Like I said, I was just misunderstood. I was missing something, you know. I was missing somebody to sit down and talk to me, to get to understand me, because I wasn't a bad kid, but that's what I always heard. You know, everybody in my family, literally everybody in my family always told me I was a bad kid, or not to my face, but I would hear it, you know. And, you know, as a kid, that ain't something that you know, it doesn't sit well with you as a kid, like, you know. But I will say, a lot of the traumas that I feel like I've been through, wow, I went through, it's definitely molded me into who I am today, and I can't be more thankful for that. I don't use my trauma and my past pains and woes as a means to like hold me back or make an excuse on why I can't be this or anything like that. I'm just mindful of it. I've been to therapy before, so I have spoken to a therapist about some of this stuff. But as I got to high school, you know, moving on, as I got to high school, I fell in love with the sport of football again, playing sports, running track, but football was the main focal point for me. I played a year at a school called Eastside High School in Lancaster. Played my freshman year there. I was a really good running back. I want to say, if I had to like calculate my yards and touchdowns from that season, 10-game season, I want to say I had at least 1,500 yards, if not more, rushing, with like 24 touchdowns. And that's just minimum. I was literally 4'11" in 9th grade. But I was fast as shit. Like, you couldn't touch me. Like, I wasn't scared of contact, because when you did make contact with me, you was making contact with me like not head on. So it never really like hurt me or anything like that. So it was my advantage being so fast and shifty. Thought I was Reggie Bush. But 10th grade came, and when 10th grade came, me being so small, undersized, the coaches kind of like, you know, shunned me away. I quit playing football, started hanging out with the wrong crowd, smoking weed, going out, drinking, partying, doing stuff that, you know, a teenage kid shouldn't be doing. But I was doing it anyway. And it wasn't until that summer, like me doing all the crazy shit that I was doing with my friends, going out, doing way out stuff, it wasn't until that summer that I realized like that I needed to get out of here. But I didn't know how to get out of here, so 10th grade came, and after 10th grade came, that's when it really hit. I sat around not doing anything my whole 10th grade year, not playing no sports, kind of like fuck with me. And again, like that summer after 10th grade is when it hit, like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And I had like I said, I'm from Pacoima, so I had an uncle that was in Arleta coaching at Arleta High School. And I had been trying to get to this school for the last 2 years, since 9th grade, but my mom and my dad was a little bit too overprotective and didn't want to let me go or let me leave or anything like that. So kind of like stopped me from being the kid that I necessarily was trying to be, at least with football. So I took it upon myself one day. I don't know what came over me, but I remember this vividly. Like, I just was sitting in my room, and I remember just coming back from my biological father's the weekend prior, and I was talking to my uncle, and talking about how they about to start this season and how good the football team's about to be, and blah blah blah. And it just sparked my interest again. Like, man, I need to be playing football. Like, this, like, I've always had a love for football. That's why I'm a coach now. Like, I don't have kids, so me being a coach, it's like no reason for me to be a coach. I can be doing anything else with my time, but I love it because it keeps me tied to the game. But so I came to my parents, hopped up off my bed, and I came to my parents, knocked on their door, opened it, came in. They sitting, I remember they sitting on their bed watching TV, and they paused the TV, whatever. And I'm like, hey, I just want to talk to her real quick. They're like, what's up? I'm like, man, you know, I've been telling y'all I wanted to go to, like, play for this school for a long time now. Like, I'm really serious. Like, I want to go. Like, if y'all don't let me go, or if y'all don't even think about letting me go, or even, like, look into it for me, I'm going to run away. My dad looked at my mom and, like, smirked, like, you heard? She was like, yeah. She's like, what you mean? Like, and I told him, I'm like, man, I need to get out of here. Like, I'm smoking weed, I'm doing, yeah. My parents knew. My parents already knew I was smoking weed. They just didn't really allow me, but they told me to just keep it away from my brother and my sister. Their thing was, they're not with me 100% of the day because they go to work, so it's not like they can stop me from really doing it anyway. So just keep it away from my brother and my sister, and I was good. But I was tired of that life, and they told me, okay, we'll look into it, and blah blah blah. And, you know, come that summer, like middle of that summer, like we started really getting into it, checked into the school, and I was out there for football, for spring football and everything like that. And I just remember that whole first year, that year before we started the school year, my head coach, man, rid my ass, like broke me down, stripped me of all that little person that I thought I was, just to build me back up. And I'm really thankful for him, because I feel like if it wasn't for him, I would have got killed in these streets. The year before my my ninth grade year, 2 years prior to that, I had quit Pop Warner football. I had got injured middle of the season, and when it was time for me to come back, I just quit. I didn't want to come back because I was scared. So the year after that, I was trying to play football again for the same Pop Warner team. My mom and dad didn't want to pay for it, so I sat out that whole year waiting for ninth grade to come back. And when it did, that's when I really took this shit serious. So when I came out there, all I remember is telling my mom when I got out here, I promise you, their biggest thing was like they didn't want me to ever quit playing football again. I kept telling them I'm gonna go play football, like, but their thing was they were stuck on me. Oh, you quit last time. How you want to play football when you quit? So I remember when this dude would, like, I used to have to catch 3 buses because my biological father, I moved out to his house to go to this school, and I remember, like, having to catch 3 buses, dude, to get to this school, because he didn't even live in the zone. But, you know, they were going to do whatever they were going to have to do to get me into the school, because I was a good athlete. But I would get to practice, like, 15, 20 minutes late when everybody's working out in the locker room, not in the weight room and stuff like that. And I'd get in there, I'm walking through, and he's like, hey, get your ass on the track and start running. Bro, they're about to be literally in the weight room for about an hour and a half working out. I have to run on the track until they come out to the field. And this was multiple days. And all he would ever tell me is, you can take your ass back to Lancaster with that shit, because I would always, my excuse was, oh, the bus was later, the bus would get on an earlier bus. And as a young kid, I'm like, I already got to catch 3 buses, and I'm already getting on the motherfucker earlier. I was already catching the bus literally like 2 hours before practice, just to get to practice 10 minutes late. So it's like, I don't know, man. I was definitely like, definitely a kid that was on a mission, and I'm glad that I didn't let him break me. And it wasn't, I think, that he had any intentions to break me, but I think that he needed to, like, strip that mentality of me thinking that I was the shit. He had to strip that from me to be able to build me up into the team player that I became. because that year, man, Arleta High School went 14-0, undefeated in the city section, and they won a city championship. I'll never forget that. The year after that, we went 13-1, or no, 12-1. We lost the game, the semifinals, the game before the championship by 1 point. And I ain't gonna talk too much about that game because that game really haunts me so much, dude. I should have 2 championship high school rings, but it's unfortunate that, you know, we lost the game and my high school career ended like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for like my like adolescence life. On the next episode of this, I pretty much will give you guys a little glimpse of what I did after high school, a couple years after college or whatnot, and so to say. So I'll make this maybe like a 4-part series or something like that. See how you guys respond to this, and then we'll go from there. But again, I appreciate y'all for watching. If you guys watched this all the way through, please do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. If you leave a comment, please let me know what you think of the content so far. This video in particular. If you have any questions about my life as a kid, let me know. I can do another video, a little short video, and answer some more questions. And for the next few videos that I'm gonna make, as far as what's going along, it's gonna be life after high school, college life, being married, and the whole 9 yards. So if y'all got any questions, let me know, so that way I'm answering these questions for you guys. All right, but appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the love and support. Valley out.